Hello my Louie's and welcome back to another fashion channel. I'm Jacob from Booksmart, and today we're talking about my 25 and 25. Every year I pick out a group of books that I plan on reading specifically for a video, normally a very long vlog. I think this year was just like a wrap-up video. It should be posted before this, hopefully, fingers crossed, who knows, we'll see. Like I said, I have 25 books to talk about. These are the top 25 books of the year for me personally. Now, I won't lie, in previous years I picked out authors that I already knew, I picked up random shit, I picked from covers. This year I really specificized on authors that I knew, like things that truly like interest me. Like authors that I know, we could have another B. Castro situation, which once again it makes sense in that 24 and 24 video, or if you had checked out some of the other near content stuff, all that stuff will be linked down below. That being said, let's go ahead and get started with the top of the year. I'll put a release date and everything. I don't know what order this is in, but you'll get the release date and the cover on the screen. So before we get started, I also want to preference, I am not a synopsis girly. I don't like knowing things before reading it. I find it more fun going in blind. So I'm going to read you the bold and or the first paragraph that is listed on Goodreads for all these books if we have something. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. The first one is The Death of an Author by Nia Okafor. I just read a book by them earlier this year called Remote Control. Absolutely adored. I do plan on picking up their series. This is a standalone. Simply, it says the future of storytelling is here. That's all the information that I know. I'll read you the first paragraph. Life has thrown Zulu some curveballs over the years, but when she suddenly dropped from her university job and her latest novel was rejected, all in the middle of her sister's wedding, her life is upended. Disabled, unemployed, and from a nosy, high-achieving, judgmental family, she's not sure what's to come next. And I guess I'll find out together. But I'm really excited, really intrigued. I really love this author's writing. I think it's a bit short too. Nope, this is a 500-page book. Don't know what I'm talking about. Moving on. Oh, I did put a few sequels on here. I know I've been really tempted not to in the past. Sometimes you just gotta put a sequel. So I put Cursebound. This is the second book at Fatebound. I'm just going to tell you what Fatebound is about. Fatebound is a book that came out last year, but I really ended up liking Fatebound follows these two sisters. One of them is basically a cast out. One of them is a command leader. The leader ends up making a wrongful choice and being exiled from the land. Her sister and her leader's top of command also follow her to being exiled, and they learn that Fae, which were a myth to them, are actually real. And it's exploring this and exploring relationships and things under those lines. And there's a lot of things that are set up here that I really liked and I was really intrigued by. I give the first one a 4. Does not mean this is guaranteed to be a 5, and it's not a 5-star prediction. I'm very excited for it, and so I want to keep note of it. And so we'll be reading Cursebound. I don't know how many there are. Then we have One Day, Everyone Will Have Always Been Against This, Omar El Akbar. I think this is the first year I'm putting nonfiction on this list, as I do believe this is nonfiction. And the bold reads, from the award-winning novelist and journalist Omar comes a powerful reckoning for what is believed to live in the heart of an empire which doesn't consider you fully human. This is talking about stuff that's happening over in Gaza, and I just want to bring more awareness to that this year. This is going to be really powerful, really hard to read, but I'm excited that's like my first like real nonfiction outside of memoirs. I tend to put a memoir on this list every year as well. The next one is the Rag Picker King. This is the second book in Cassie Clare's adult fantasy series. I've not read the first book, so I will have to read the first book before reading the second book, so expect full length full vlogs for both of them coming to you in the near future. I have no idea what it's about. I don't want to know what it's about. So very sorry. It's on this list because I will end up reading it. And also, I didn't put the first one on my 23 and 23, and that was a mistake. So I'm putting this one on this. Chain of Thorns, I think, technically came out that year, so I guess there's a reason. The next one is The Unworthy. This is from the author who wrote Tender is the Flesh. Tender is the Flesh is a very controversial pick, and I'm not really sure how I fully felt about it, but I knew that I was going to read more from the author when it does eventually come out. I don't remember what language they write in. It's not English. The translated works. And this next one's being translated by Sarah Moss is the person. But the long-awaited new novel from the author of global sensation Tender is the Flesh, which I do recommend to most people. A thrilling work of literary horror adult horror about a woman cloistered in a secretive, violent religious order while outside the world has fallen into chaos. It's dystopian. I'm very excited, very curious, very short. Also love that for me. The next one is a book I didn't know existed until today, and it is Buffalo Hunter. Stephen Graham fucking Jones. You know Stephen Graham Jones is going to be on this list. You know it's going to be. It's a chilling historical horror novel set in America in the West in 1912, following a Lutheran priest who transcribes the life of a vampire who haunts the field of the Blackfeet Reservation looking for justice. Sure, I'm there. Did I put it in a 5-star prediction? Maybe. Check out that video. Next one is The Sunrise of the Reapings. This is the new Hunger Games. I'm really going back and forth if I want to read it or not. I'm definitely watching the movie when it comes out this year. I think I'm just going to I think we're going to move forward. This is Hamish's games, following Hamish as he goes into it, and I'm sure somebody else as well. But I'm just having a rough time with these prequels, is all I'm saying. Next one is Retreat by Christian Ritter. Fucking Christian Ritter has a new novel coming out. I adore Bonfire. I recommend Bonfire all the fucking time. I loved Bonfire so much when it came out in like 2018 or something like that. Super duper enjoyed it. So let's read a little bit about what Retreat is. I'm super curious, very excited. A beautiful Connors insuits herself into a wealthy socialite's life with the deadly consequences in the serpentine thriller about identity and obsession from an actress, director, and best-selling author Christian Ritter. I'll be there. I'm very excited. I can't believe she wrote something new. That's so crazy to me. Then we have Sky Daddy. Sky Daddy, I'm pretty sure is someone who loves to fuck a plane. Let's read a little bit about it. Subversive and unexpectedly heartwarming, Sky Daddy hijacks the classic love story, exploring desire, fate, and longing to be accepted for who we truly are. Yeah, it's listed under science fiction. This lady, she's like she works a super intense, boring job, and she ends up flying from one place to another every weekend to fuel the revs of the engine of the plane, from what I understand. And you know what? I always put something weird on this list. There you go. We have Watch Me, which is the brand new Shatter Me. I read all the Shatter Me's this year, and I figured why not put the new one on this list so I can at least record my thoughts somewhere. Originally, I had a video coming out talking about Shatter Me in its entirety. Now I'm pretty sure I found the footage that I couldn't find before. I think I just moved it into a wrong folder, which is really stupid, and I just happened to find it. I deleted all of the other footage, so it doesn't matter. We're just not going to talk about Shatter Me as if it didn't happen, but I'm going to read Watch Me when it does come out, which is the brand new series. Then we have the brand new Emily Henry coming out after that. Great Big Beautiful Life. Cover is stunning, unshockingly, and this is what the book is about. Two writers compete for the chance to tell the larger-than-life story of a woman with more than a couple of plot twists up her sleeve in this dazzling and sleeping new novel from Emily Henry. You best believe I'll be there, and you best believe it'll probably be a 5-star. I can't see it not being, unless it's like people we meet on vacation. The next one is Love at Second Sight by F.T. Lukens. They're a brand new author to me. I read one of their books earlier this year, and I very much enjoyed it. It was like a 3.75, but I knew that the new one I wanted to pick up, whatever it was. So let's find out together. It's like one of the only YAs. I think I put 3 YAs on here. When a teen has an unexpected vision about a future murderer, must juggle newfound interest from supernatural community with trying to prevent the murder from happening in this new romantic fantasy from New York Times bestselling author F.T. Lukens. The cover is alright. It's not my favorite one that they have their books released with. It's okay. That's okay. And then we have The Next Vacation Mystery, I love the first one so much. And this one is No One is Supposed to Die at the Wedding. The first one is about an author. She ends up going on this vacation. Someone tries to murder somebody else, and it's reflecting what she's writing and stuff. It's very fun, very tongue-in-cheek. I would highly recommend. And then we have Out of Air by Rachel Rise. This is an author new to me. Never read from them before. Can't remember if this is the debut or not. The concept was good enough to put on this list, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So the bold is the deeper you go, the darker you fall. Essentially, this is about a group of people who end up like hunting for treasure or something, and then for their final summer, this group of girls, they end up going out and trying again. And I think pirates end up finding them, and then it's all about like surviving, something along those lines. I was intrigued enough to say, sure, we'll give it a read. And then we have a brand new Taylor Jenkins read. What the fuck? How did I not know this was coming? It's called Atmosphere, and you best believe I'll be there. This says oh my god, we're doing space? That's not where I thought she was going. The new #1 New York Times bestselling author of Seven Husbands, Evelyn Hugo, and Daisy Jones and Six comes an epic new novel set against the backdrop of the 1980s space shuttle program about the extraordinary lengths we go to live beyond our limits. I'm just curious to see where it fits, how it fits, what are the cameos, everything. I obviously fucking adored Gary Soto, so I'm very excited to see what Atmosphere is, and very excited to see those characters and things as well. The next one also I'm so excited for, and that's Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, which is a vampire novel from V.E. Schwab. Oh my fucking god, I'm going to die. This is really short, so I'll read the whole thing to you. Santo Domingo de la Casa at 1532, London, 1837, in Boston, 2019, 3 young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories taking wing-like roots. One grows high, one grows deep, one grows wild, all of them grow teeth. All I know is that it's adult, it's fantasy, it's vampires. I'm so fucking excited. Sign me up. I want it tomorrow, as soon as possible. Please place it inside my life. I know I'm going to love it. It's going to be everything I wanted. Then I have the next one being a new to me author as well. I don't know if this author has written before, but it is If I Told You I'd Have to Kiss You. And this is Miss and Miss Smith meets the pairing, and his heart-racing romance secrets and spies team is all I have. That's all really I think I'm gonna find out from it. I know it's queer, I know it's like a lesbian romance and things, but outside of that I'm not really familiar with. There's a common theme with spies this year for a few different reasons. I decided I wanted to make sure I was checking it out. The next one we have is King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. I absolutely enjoyed some of their previous work, and so I knew for a fact they were going to be on this list as well. So this is the award-winning New York Times bestselling author S.A. Cosby returns with King of Ashes, a Godfather-inspired Southern crime epic and dazzling family drama. That's insane to me. I'm very excited. I'm very curious what that means. I'm just so excited to be back in a world from this author. I think the writing here from him in particular is fucking phenomenal. Whole video where I did a lot of research into him. Curious, I can link it. Next one, If We Survive This by Raquel Marie, another author I never heard of before, but it has to deal with zombies, and I was like, totally, we'll put this on this list. So it's The Walking Dead meets Yellow Jacket, and If We Survive This, a tense and emotional young adult horror novel from award-winning author Raquel Marie about a teen girl leading a group of survivors on a perilous journey during the apocalypse. And I was like, bitch, I'll be there. Sign me up. You see a comment right here? I'll just be there. I'll be there. I'll read it. I like zombies. I'll be there. Also, I love using a comp title like The Walking Dead instead of The Last of Us. Like, I truly understand what you're trying to relay here. At least I hope I do. It is YA, so I'm a bit nervous on that front. I tend to like my zombies a bit more bloody, but YA can get really gory, so I guess we'll see. Also, we'll see if it's more like a character piece or more like an action piece. Those are two different things. The next one we have here is Not Quite Dead Yet. The next Holly Jackson. I was a little hesitant to put it on this list. I did make it from all the other ones. All I have here is in 7 days, Jet Mason will be dead. Jet is the daughter of one of the wealthiest family in Woodstock, Vermont, 27-year-old. She's still waiting for her life to begin. She'll do it later. She'll say, as she always says, she has the time. Oh my god. It's her adult. It's an adult debut. Adult thriller day. Oh, this is still on this list. I had no idea. Oh, I think maybe she's like stuck in a thing. I'm not entirely sure. I'm trying to avoid a lot of things being said here. It does say it ends with Jeff is going to solve her own murder. So I'm curious how that works. But adult? Oh, I'm super duper intrigued. Not that I don't think Holly Jackson's writing as it is already pretty adult in my opinion. And by that I mean the content that she like talks about. So I'm not shocked by it, but like it's very exciting. The next one is The Library Hellbore by Cassandra Clare. I picked this one because it did say a deeply dark academia novel from US Today bestselling author Cassandra Clare, perfect for fans of A Deadly Education, The Atlas 6, two books I've never read before, who are hungry for something a little more diabolical. It says novel, and I don't know 288 pages for me personally counts as a full-length novel from this author, but I will take it more than the 100 pages that I've been receiving. I think this is the final year. If this is not something that wows me, I'm going to say she has a one-hit wonder in my book for my own personal taste, because Nothing But Black and Teeth still fucking hits, but nothing hits nearly as much. I'm very excited, but also like nervous because it could be a termination if this author is going to move forward on a prioritization of books. Because beforehand I was like, yeah, now I'm like, another one I was a little nervous to put on this list. We have Black Thing, another one that probably should be on this list. I'm going to be honest with you, but I'm putting it on here anyways because the cover, oh my god, look at it, it's so gorgeous. This is by Gretchen Feller Martin. They are the author who wrote Manhunt, which was one of the most interesting experiences while reading. This is a historical horror about one woman's deadly obsession with a haunted film, perfect for fans of Midsummer and Night Film. Had no idea this is about a haunted film. God damn it, this could be trash. I will still be there. I'm a little more nervous now. I was nervous to begin with because Manhunt and I just had an interesting relationship. It did grow as reflection came for that book. Like it got higher and higher on my list. And I would still pretty much recommend it because I do think it changed the entire genre and the way certain trans conversations are going. I think it was a very big help set point in my opinion for that. The next one is Semi Well Adjusted Despite Literally Everything by Alison Stoner, her memoir. Of course I'll be there, I'll read it. I'm very intrigued to see what she's going to talk about, what she hasn't already discussed, if it's all things she's discussed before. I love Alison Stoner to death. I'm very excited to read this. The next one blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, this is happening? What? And that is Too Old for This by Samantha Downing. A new Samantha Downing. I know that her last one was so bad, okay? Like one of the worst books. However, I think she heard us and said, what are you doing? Why are you writing this typical, write something original. Give me my He Never Started It again. And I think maybe we're delivering? So this is about a retired serial killer whose quiet life is upended by an unexpected visitor. To protect her secret, there's only one option left. What's another murder? I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. Oh my god. And then lastly, book number 25, Cabiases, I think is how you pronounce it. But this is by R.F. Kuang. The bold reads here: Dante and Forum meets Susan Clark's Penrency in this all-new dark academia fantasy from R. Kwong's #1 best-selling author of Babel, and Yellowface, in which two graduate students must put aside their rivalry to journey to hell to save their precious soul, perhaps at their own cost. I'll be there. I think it sounds amazing. And those are the 25 books I picked out to read for 2025. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you all next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.